Hey everybody, welcome to Mic Drop Monday with Dr. LaShell, Harney, the Empowerment Specialist. I am so excited to have you guys join me tonight. Listen, it's going to be an amazing Mic Drop Monday. So y'all come on in and I see y'all present and accounted for. I'm looking at these comments in this right hand corner and y'all are coming on in. I appreciate it. I see you guys tuning in, Facebook and YouTube. I know we're going to have Periscope to come on in as well. So listen, y'all start hitting that share button because it's going to be an amazing night tonight. When I tell you we are going to dust off our discernment and we're literally going to get some awareness in our atmosphere. Hey y'all, so thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, if you know somebody that needs to be on tonight, because we're going to be discerning this artificial. Yeah, we're going to be dealing with we're going to kind of find out what this fake love is all about tonight. So I want you guys to start hitting that share button, start getting your people on, because I believe that tonight is going to be powerful. I believe that tonight is going to be a night of insightfulness, a night that's really going to give us some clarity. Some of you guys have been looking for your support, but you've been looking for it in all the wrong places. And so I want you guys to come on in because I'm going to help you. We're going to help you. Thank y'all. I love all of you all that come in. Again, make sure you're sharing because a lot of people don't understand how to really look around their atmosphere and to say, you know what, I need to be careful about these artificial people because sometimes we're not able to discern them. Sometimes we can't recognize them. And I say this all of the time, and I know I'm already dropping the mic, but let me just say it again. Dysfunction distorts discernment. I'm already listen, I'm starting off with a smoking gun. Distortion, our dysfunction distorts discernment. And so what happens is a lot of the times when we have some distortion, some dysfunctions in our life, some dysfunction in our emotion, some dysfunction spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, listen, our discernment gets thrown off. And I want to make sure that we can understand and recognize people that have attached themselves to us, people that have attached themselves to our purpose, people that have tried to attach themselves to our protocol, the way that we usually do some things. Can I tell you, sometimes we're paired up with parasites, sometimes we're linked up with leeches. Can I just help y'all tonight? And so we are literally going to do atmosphere awareness, and we're going to do some internal inventory, and we're going to make sure that we're not connected to people that are causing our purpose to go left, to put our purpose on pause. We need to make sure that we're connected to people that are not trying to destroy our destiny. Come on, y'all. And so tonight, listen, y'all need to get your people on. Y'all need to start sharing. And because sometimes, you might have been having that conversation like, I wonder, is that person okay for me? I'm not sure. I got a feeling and I don't know what the deal is with them. Listen, when I tell you by the time y'all leave tonight, you are literally going to understand who you're going to have an awareness. You're going to be able to identify people that are in your lives that are artificial. And so I'm just telling y'all tonight, it's going to be a night of help, of hope, and of healing. And I'm so excited to be able to share and to be able to bring on somebody with me that I value, that I treasure, that is just a treasure. And so before I bring on a person that I value, y'all need to bring on people you value. I need y'all literally, and I'm not kidding, because there are so many times you can talk to people, you can congregate with people. I see y'all putting folks' names in the comment. Get them on because we need to be aware of the artificial. We need to understand. Sometimes we get this uh-oh feelings. That's what I call them. My uh-oh feeling. Sometimes our spidey senses start tingling. We're not sure what to do with them. Sometimes it's like, and we say things like, I don't know, it's just something off about it. I don't feel right in my spirit. I'm a little vexed. I'm not sure what that is. Listen, can I tell you by the time you finish watching tonight, you're going to be able to accurately assess, man, I'm already dropping the mic, good, what's in your atmosphere. Let me say that again. I see my friend Dr. Kim is on. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You will be able to accurately assess what's in your atmosphere. Man, I need y'all. I see y'all. Y'all are sharing. Get your people on tonight because and I'm gonna go ahead and just say it like this because I need to make sure y'all are here and sharing. We need these numbers to come up. Y'all need to come on. Let me put it like this because I know everybody like to be so deep. But if you ever heard of the man of God, Drake, we heard of him, Canadian-born rapper, songwriter, singer. He had this song called Fake Love, right? And I just believe at that moment he was being divinely inspired. And one of the things that he said, you know what? I've been down so long. This looks like up to me. They look up to me. But you know what he said? I got fake people showing fake love to me straight up to my face. Man, I can't get nobody to help me in here. And he's saying, wait, what in the world is going on? Fake people showing fake love to me straight up to my face. And what happens a lot of the times is we're looking for support in all the wrong places. We like to say, you know what, I'm looking for love, but I'm looking in all the wrong places. Can I tell you, sometimes you're looking for support in all the wrong places. The people that you expect to be supporting you, the people that you're looking for to be connected with you, it's fake love. And they right in your face. And it's like, why can't I discern it? But tonight, I'm trying to tell you, we're going to dust off our discernment and accurately assess what's in our atmosphere. Man, hey, Brina, man, I'm telling you tonight, we're going to be able to accurately assess what's in our atmosphere, because I'm just trying to tell you, people can say things out of their mouth. Man, I'm already talking better than y'all are commenting. People can say things out of their mouth, but can I tell you, when you start doing an assessment of your atmosphere, some things become clearer. You begin to get some clarity. And here's why this is so important. And y'all keep tagging your folks and getting them on. Share it on your page. Here's why atmosphere assessment is so important. Before you get ready to shift another day into your purpose, before the Lord starts allowing the windows of heaven to open up and overflow you with blessings, you better do atmosphere assessment. Man, I am helping y'all. See, a lot of the times we're wondering, and we're going to get into this later, why the windows of heaven aren't poured. Why aren't the winds blowing? I want the winds of wealth to blow. You got some fake folks in your atmosphere. I can't rain down blessing on them. I don't feel overflow in my, you linked up with leeches. I can't release certain stuff. Why? I just don't understand why opportunity is not knocking. Well, look at who you have opening the door when they come. You've got to be able to correctly and accurately assess what's in your atmosphere. And so a lot of the times I talk about doing internal inventory. And sometimes there's something that we have to do. And you guys know last Mic Drop Monday, if you've been following this series that I'm doing called Where's My Support? Last Monday, I dealt with the internal stuff, the internal issues, some things we might not be doing correctly that might be throwing us off. That was that internal assessment. But can I tell you tonight, we're going to do an atmosphere assessment. We're going to accurately assess what's in our atmosphere. And I hope y'all are sharing, because it's going to be powerful. And so, as you guys continue to share, welcome. Even if you're watching the replay, I am Dr. Elisa LaShell, Harney, the Empowerment Specialist. Y'all see my new EL back there in the back? I redid my office this weekend. I've been so excited. And so I had to put the EL. I was like, you know what? That's Dr. L. Y'all can put it out there. I'm too excited. And so I am so excited because let me tell you something. And the reason I brought that up is because atmosphere awareness, what's in your atmosphere has everything to do with internal. Your external atmosphere affects your internal atmosphere. Man, I need somebody to hear that, because this is going to bless you. Your external atmosphere impacts your internal atmosphere. And so I started feeling that I was shifting. And I said, wait a minute, I'm shifting. And I need to make sure I'm shifting on the outside the way I'm shifting on the inside. And so listen, somebody needs to type in the comments, it's time to level up. Man, I'm getting y'all stirred up before we get rolling. It's time to level up. There are levels to this. And so we have to understand that when we start shifting, everything has to shift. See, listen, some of y'all want to shift financially, but did you know your atmosphere has to shift? Some of y'all want to shift spiritually, but did you understand your atmosphere has to shift? Your environment, man, I'm helping y'all tonight, has to shift. And so tonight we're going to deal with what's in our environment. And I couldn't think of a better way to do this than to bring on somebody in my atmosphere, to bring on somebody that's not just a friend of mine in the natural, but somebody who in the spirit realm and even in the educational realm is able to correctly and accurately assess atmospheres and deal with the culture of the condition of the culture. Man, I'm helping already. And so I want you guys to show some love and give a very, very, very warm welcome, because this is my friend. And y'all know how every time I bring my friends on, you know, y'all are so gracious. My personal friend, Dr. D. Bell Williams. Let me let her join me. Hey, Dr. D.
Hey, Dr. E, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm so glad to have you on tonight. How are you feeling?
I am feeling amazing. I'm super excited to be here tonight. Thank you so much for having me, and good evening to everyone watching. I'm excited to dig in tonight.
Man, listen, before we get started, let me just make sure y'all know who y'all dealing with, right? So Dr. D, I told you guys that she is a friend of mine, but listen, I don't just, and like I tell y'all all the time, I don't just be bringing people on just to be bringing people. Y'all know I have my friend, Dr. Kimberly Ellison on. I've had a lot of people on. I've had my friend, Dr. Tracy Knighton on. I've just had a lot of my friends that I feel like will really come and bring some clarity. And so my friend, Dr. D, I'm bringing her on because she is the pioneering creator of the culture-focused teaching method. This is a breakthrough system for classroom management in schools and culture and diversity training for businesses. And she's an international teacher trainer, cultural and diversity consultant. She's a college professor. She's an academic coach. She's author. She's speaker. Listen, she's anointed and appointed. Y'all know how we do when it comes to that good stuff. Anointed. We like doing that anointed and appointed stuff, right? And she's amazing. She literally just came out with this amazing book for educators that's going to help shift them into the next stratosphere. And we'll deal with that a little bit later. But thank you guys for welcoming my friend. And so thank y'all. Look at them giving some love to Dr. D. I appreciate y'all. So tonight, Dr. D, what we're going to do is we're going to deal with the artificial, because I want to help us be able to discern authenticity in our atmosphere. And so before I start talking about how to discern the authentic from the artificial and recognizing the real from the fake, I want you to tell me really quickly, why do you think it's so important to do an atmosphere assessment?
Well, I think it's prime importance because God deals in authenticity. That was actually my word for the year. Every year, God gives me a word to, guide my life, to help me understand the season that I'm in. And 2 words this year that I received were authenticity and accountability. And part of that accountability was being accountable to the authentic places, to the authentic person, and to the authentic call that He's placed on my life. Authenticity is crucial as it relates to moving in the purpose that God has placed inside of you and the reason why He birthed you in the earth. There's a reason why you can have several billion people on a planet, and if someone commits a crime, they can find that person through fingerprint because we're all fingerprint differently. So there's a reason for that. And it's the same thing in the spiritual. It's the same thing in the kingdom, that we all have been given something unique that is authentic to who we are. And the only way that we're really able to accomplish that and be pleasing unto God is to walk in full authenticity. So
that's good.
That is so important.
It is so important. And one of the problems, I think, and the reason why we're having this conversation tonight is that a lot of the times we're not able to recognize that authenticity. A lot of the times, and can y'all tell the truth? And I forgot to say this, but y'all know about Mic Drop Monday. So if you hear us dropping the mic, to put those microphone emojis in the comments. Let us know this was a mic drop. Number 2, if we say something and it's hitting home, go ahead and tell the truth and shame the devil. Type in 3 words, I see me. And then last but not least, we're going to give you, we're going to deal with 6 points, 6 ways of how to discern the authentic from the artificial. You're going to be able to recognize fake love after you get off of this tonight. We're going to deal with that. And so as we deal with this, as we talk about this authenticity, as we start to look around, it's so important because sometimes we see through the eyes of dysfunction. And I said at the beginning, dysfunction distorts discernment. And sometimes we have this thing where we need to be needed. We want to be wanted. We desire to be desired. And because it's in us so much, because, but I just need somebody to need me, we overlook some things. I love to be loved. And because it's such a desire in us, we miss some things that are pertinent. We miss some things that are potent. We miss some things that are practical. We miss some things that are prominent. It's sitting right there, but we can't see it because dysfunction, it distorts our discernment. We thought, did I hear he said this? He said he likes me. I'm walking away saying he loved me and then wonder why I'm being mistreated. That's not what he said. She said she has my back. No, she said she's going to ride in the back. You heard that wrong. It was dysfunction and it distorted that. And so sometimes we believe people, or we want to believe, we want to connect, but sometimes because we have some things going on the inside of us, it distorts what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're feeling. And so I felt led that as I was dealing with where's my support, when I was dealing with, we walk around and we say, why aren't people supporting me? Why can't I get people to really push me in what I'm doing? What is that? Sometimes it's because they're not authentic. Sometimes it's because they're artificial. So we're going to go through 6 things and we're going to give y'all 6 ways. And I'm telling y'all, but y'all need to keep sharing and getting your folks on, because people, listen, this is going to bless your life and help you in your now for your next. Before you listen, some things are not going to be released until you clean out your atmosphere. Y'all better hear me. Some things are not going to be allowed until you clean out your atmosphere assessments. I need to, and I say this all of the time on Mic Drop. Is it a he? Is it a she? Is it them? Or is it me? And so we've got to do this. And so Dr. D, let's jump on in, because I believe this is going to be good. Number 1, and let me just use an example, and I hope y'all can see in the back, I have a couple of plants in my office, right? So watch this. The plant at the top is an authentic plant. It's real. There are different levels of requirements for that plant. You notice that it sits up high. This plant here is fake. It look good. It enhances. Listen, it looks good, but it's fake. And I am going to literally help you really discern, because I like practical. I like to give practical insight and wisdom. I'm going to help you understand by the same mechanisms and strategies that I use for my plants in my home. I'm going to help you discern what's authentic and what's artificial. Number 1. The first way that you discern whether somebody in your life, in your atmosphere, whether they're authentic or artificial, is that they don't recognize the benefit of having you in the house. Man, listen, somebody need to be taking notes. They don't recognize the benefit of having you in the house. And now, before I throw this to Dr. D, let me give you my example, my practical. I'm trying to get this practical wisdom. We understand that when we look at my authentic plant, right? We understand that what authentic plants do is they take carbon dioxide, which is toxic, out of your atmosphere, take it, and in turn produces something beneficial, oxygen, something clean in your air that you're able, that will benefit you. And so how do you recognize that somebody is not authentic? Number 1, they don't recognize you, the benefit of having you in the house. Somebody ought to type in the comments, I come with real benefits. Man, this gonna help somebody. I come with real benefits. Dr. D, tell us, how can you give us an example or talk about how we recognize it? How do we create awareness about people who don't really recognize the benefit of having us in the house, whether that's in your natural house, whether that's in the church, the house, whether that's at work, the house. They don't recognize the benefit of having you in the house. Talk to us about what that looks like.
Sure. I'm going to actually give you all some fresh stuff that I'm getting ready to actually put out in June. And Dr. E, this conversation couldn't have come at a better time as we are closing out May, and to really help people heal, which is a part of what you do with everything that you share on this platform. And something came to me a few weeks ago as I was thinking about this very thing about, assessing the atmosphere and watching and seeing who's authentic and those who are just along for the ride. And one of the things that God shared in my spirit, he said, some people that you call friends are actually fans, and they are fanning the flame of your dysfunction. And they're only leaving you with the ashes of your identity, which is where your destiny is wrapped in.
Wait, Dr. D, hold on. Because when you said ashes of your identity, oh my God, say that. What some people you call friends are really fans, and they're flaming the what?
They're fanning the flame of your dysfunction because they don't see you properly, because they actually are not authentic. They are artificial, they are part, and they're along for the ride. And you keep wondering why every time you toss something up, to prepare to go in the next direction, it comes back down.
You just said they leave you with the ashes of your identity.
Ashes of your identity. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you're going. You're reaching from here to there, from this person to that person that you think is going to get you in a certain position, because you have no identity, because you've allowed your so-called friends, who actually are fans, to keep fanning that flame of dysfunction and leaving you with the ashes of your identity. And therefore, you can't really see yourself in purpose because you don't know who you are.
Jesus. Now, D, listen, you know, y'all call her Dr. D, but it's my friend. D, listen, let me tell you how you just blessed me. Because one thing about fans is fans don't necessarily, their loyalty can shift. Man, This is getting good. Y'all, we didn't rehearse this. I promise you, I deliberately would not ask her about what her insight was, because I wanted this thing to be fresh. I wanted it to be Rhema. One thing I've noticed, and you guys have noticed, if you follow anything, if you see the Shade Room, if you hear anything, fans, one day they ain't loyal, y'all. Listen, they're not loyal, because fans do not have any type of investment in who you are. If you shut it down tomorrow and they're not friends, but they're just fans, they don't care. They will. I have seen people, you know, Beyonce, I've seen her fan club, what do they call it? A beehive. They carry on, and in a minute, they get wind that something was done that they didn't approve of or they didn't like. They just, they turn. And it's what you just said. If she was not clear in who she was, and it goes with anybody, if you're not clear, you just said you'll be left with the ashes of your identity. My God, what a revelation. Jesus. So y'all got that? That was number one. Number two, listen at this. The number two way you can tell if somebody is not authentic and they're in your life, and I hope y'all are sharing, and they're artificial, is they don't provide an environment for cultivation. Y'all need to hear this. They don't provide an environment for cultivation. So listen, I just told y'all that top plant is an authentic plant, that this plant here artificial, right? And you notice, I just got this in the spirit. You notice how my real plant, it sits up high, right? Because it's shifting. But the thing that's artificial is what's closest to me. Man, somebody better listen. Woo, the thing that ain't hitting on nothing. Here, listen now. That's what's up on me, man. We helping somebody shifting tonight. But sometimes it's the people who are beneficial to us. It's the people that really can benefit and be resourceful. They not all up in your business. They not all down your throat. Man, I'm shifting. They not calling you every single day because they have value. They know how to sit in their place. Y'all better catch this revelation and be shifting your atmosphere, overseeing your spirit, overlooking, making sure that they're sitting at a vantage point. Watch this, where they can make sure that you're not surrounded by something detrimental. But no, you want somebody up on you. You need somebody to call you every day. You need somebody to text you 20 million times. No, look at this. What's authentic is what's disingenuous. What's fake and artificial is what's right up on me. Man, that was a revelation. So let me get back to my point. I had to pivot right there.
That's good. That was good.
They don't provide an environment for cultivation. So here's what happens. Some plants only do well in certain environments. Some of them, if they get in a certain kind of environment, they're going to wither up and they're going to die. And so you have to ask yourself a question, and y'all need to ask yourself a question. Am I being cultivated properly? Dr. D, talk to us about the necessity for having an environment conducive for cultivation.
I sure will. I'm going to first start off by giving a part of a testimony that's going to help you understand why being in an environment that's proper is so important for you. It's important for your life, for your destiny, for your career, for your ministry, whatever you feel that you call to. Having the appropriate and the authentic atmosphere is so crucial. I remember in my career, there were often times where I knew that there was value that I brought to a specific environment, where I brought to a specific organization. And I just felt like every time I tried to actually put these skills and put these things that God had placed inside of me to work, it seemed like everything always came down, everything always crashed. It was then that I had to decide, and I had to make a conscious decision. If I was going to grow, was this the environment? Was it conducive for me to continue to grow. I had to make that judgment call. Yes, I made friends in those environments. Yes, I made great connections in those environments. But those connections and those friendships were not going to override the call that God had on my life and the things that he placed inside of me. So I couldn't sit in a place where I was basically, my fruit was rotting. Because it wasn't in an environment where it were produced. If you try to grow oranges in Alaska, I'm not certain how successful you're going to be, because that's not the environment that's conducive to grow oranges. You've got to be in an environment that's conducive. That's the climate, that's the soil, that's the weather, that's everything. You have to be in an environment that's going to provide the nutrients and the condition in order for you to truly grow and be what God has called you to be. And not just in my career, I experienced the same thing in ministry. Come on, we're going to talk about it tonight, because some of you are experiencing, you feel like you're hitting a glass ceiling. You feel like you are trying and you're putting out your talents, your skills, the anointing, and it doesn't seem like you're going anywhere. You may need to assess the atmosphere of that ministry and decide, is that a place for where your anointing and your gift is supposed to be cultivated? Because if not, then you need to go to God and ask him where you should be and if this is the ground for you, because you're not going to sprout correctly if you are not in the appropriate ground. You're not going to bear the correct fruit if you're not in the right atmosphere, and you'll be looking just like that fig tree. You'll be looking like the fig tree in the scriptures. When Christ comes and look for that fruit, he's going to look for the fruit that he gave you. And if he doesn't see anything, we don't want you to be cursed, cut away, and burned. We want you to be fruitful so that when Christ comes back, he can say, or when you meet him, he can say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. You've done what I've asked you to do. You position yourself. You put yourself in the right environment in order to be successful, in order for my glory to be revealed. If you don't do that, you're at risk of jeopardizing your entire destiny and the entire call on your life, whether it's in work, church, family, wherever you are. So that's why that is immensely crucial.
That's good. And I see people are posting that quote, I couldn't sit in an environment where my fruit was rotten. Man, listen, you said that, because that is so important that we don't understand. So many times we're so busy tilling the ground and we're so busy out there doing the work that we're not looking at the worth. Man, did y'all hear that? We're so busy doing the work that we forget to look at the worth. And so we don't look at what it's doing to our worth. But I'm just out here helping. I just want everybody to be good. I just want to make sure everybody got what they need. And so you're doing the work, but you forget about the worth. Man, listen here. And so you forget and you get caught up in what everybody else do. Let me build y'all up. Let me make sure y'all good. Let me cultivate y'all environment. And you go home and you're empty. And you go home and you're unfulfilled. And you go home and you malnourished, and you go home and you did not get what it is you need because you're doing the work, but you forgot the worth. And so what happens is we doing this atmosphere assessment, because sometimes a lot of us, y'all are thinking that just because I'm toiling, just because I'm out there and I'm hacking away and I'm making it do what it do. And I'm not, listen, you remember in school, they gave you busy work. It didn't mean anything. The grades weren't going to add up. It wasn't going to be added to your SAT scores. They weren't going to send it in to your potential colleges. It was just something to keep you busy because they had something else to do. Man, listen, y'all better hear me. You better beware of people that's keeping you busy because they got something else to do. Man, I don't know who I'm helping, but I felt the wind of revelation blow through this place. Some people, so they sit there and they giving you stuff to do. They keeping you occupied. Y'all better hear me. They keeping you occupied because they want to keep you distracted. Understand that the enemy, what he will do, he will facilitate familiarity. Y'all better hear me. And what he will do is he will dress up himself in what's familiar, in what's common, and you will be cultivating complacency, and you will look up and years have went by and you are not any closer to your purpose, to your goals, to what God has ordained you to do, because they gave you busy work, because they were keeping you stagnant, keeping you in a state of inertia. There was motion, but baby, there was no movement.
No movement.
Helping anybody tonight.
And let me tell you, it can look like, even if you're moving forward, you can still be going in a circle and it look like you're moving forward.
Damn, my God.
You can still literally be going in a circle and you think you're moving forward. You have got to stop and assess the environment. It is so very important. And not only is it crucial for you, it is crucial for everybody attached to you.
Yes.
It's crucial for your family. It's crucial for everybody that believes in you and believes in the call in your life. It's crucial to assess that atmosphere, because you're staggering development, not only for yourself, but for those that are attached to you, because you've been called not only to do this work for yourself so that you can provide a roadmap for someone else. I can only imagine if Dr. E never woke up and decided she was going to do Mic Drop Monday. She was going to walk away from the traditionalism of what man said that she could or could not do. There are many people who may not have had the opportunity. I would not be speaking with you today through this platform. There are people that she's touching lives all over this world because she decided to check her atmosphere. There are educators all over this world whose culture in their classroom and their families are going to be changed because I decided I needed to assess my atmosphere. And what was for me was to be in a place of freedom and authenticity so that God can really produce the fruit that he called out of my life. So
listen, y'all, this thing is, we just got started. Are y'all sharing? Because I need y'all to make sure there are some people that have been bound up in years of tradition, bound up in years of religion. Wait a minute, watch this. Bound up in years of obligation.
Yes.
Man, y'all not hearing me. Well, they needed me to do this. Well, they couldn't call anybody up. No, I used to tell everybody, never forget that everybody has a plan B. Let me pivot. Let me do a prophetic pivot and let me free somebody tonight. And somebody need to type in the comments, everybody has a plan B. Let me tell you something. They only keep calling you because you keep answering.
Amen.
Man, if you can't say amen, you can say ouch. They only keep calling you because you keep answering. And so what you don't understand is go ahead and put that phone on mute. Go ahead and hit do not disturb. I can guarantee you after a while, they're going to find somebody. Everybody, y'all better hear me. This going to set you free, has a plan B. And so what will happen is they can't learn the lesson if you always the solution. Man, I'm dropping these mics better than y'all putting up these emojis. They can't learn the lesson if you always the solution. And so what happens is we're not cultivating an environment conducive to what we're supposed to be called to do. Man, that's it. Are you cultivating an environment conducive to your call? Man. What are you called to do? For years, I cultivated an atmosphere that wasn't conducive to my call. And I don't regret it, because God was building some things in me. But at some point, he had to say, hey, how long? How long will you sit here? Hey, how long we going to keep spending this? Hey, how long can I keep teaching you the same thing? How long can you keep going in circles? And so it's important that we wake up. Man, somebody ought to hashtag, it's my wake up call. This is a wake up call for us. Listen, it's a wake up call. The Bible says it like this: arise, O Zion, and put on thy strength, for the glory of the Lord is risen within thee. And so tonight, we're calling you all higher. We're waking you all up. The slumbering spirit of obligation, the slumbering spirit of people who have tried to stagnate you in your purpose, the slumbering spirit of people who've made you feel like you were not good enough to walk out. No, we're going to cultivate an atmosphere conducive to our call. Man, listen, it's my wake up. I see y'all hashtag, it's my wake up call. Listen, wake up, joy is here. So we're going to keep going because I don't want y'all to, man, this thing is so good. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. The third thing that you have to understand and recognize, how do you understand and how do you differentiate between people who are not authentic and people who are artificial? They don't complement your surroundings. They don't complement your surroundings. So watch this. I told you the top plant is real. This plant right here is fake, right? So the plant, my plant, needs not only to be beneficial, but is it going to be good for my house? Uh-oh, man, this is about to shift, y'all. See, can I just tell you something? Some people just don't look good on you. Uh-oh, man, listen, they don't compliment you spiritually. They don't compliment you socially. Woo, listen, I feel a wind. Listen, it is the wind of recognition that's flowing through here. Y'all about to recognize some things. They don't compliment you emotionally. They don't compliment you even physically. Oh, yeah, y'all better hear me. Let me tell you, when I went shopping for my plants, can I tell you something? Some of the plants I walked by, not because they didn't look good, they just didn't look good for me. Uh-oh. Man, listen. Oop. If you can't say amen, you can say ouch. Oh, they look good, but they just wasn't going to look good in my house. Can I tell you something? There are some people that are very talented. There are some people that are very amazing. There are some people who are very resourceful, but do they look good in your house? Man, somebody said they running. I'm trying to tell you, they don't look good in my house. I saw a plant, and my husband saw this plant, and he said, ooh, that's a cute plant. And I looked at the plant, and it looked like something that I would see at a funeral home. And I said, no, thank you. It wasn't that the plant didn't look good. It just wasn't going to look good in my house. Because see, in my house has to match what's going on the inside of me. When I was picking out furniture, when I was redesigning my office, I said, I've shifted, and I want things that are more refined. I want things that are a little bit more streamlined. I need something a little bit more modern and contemporary, but that's got a firm foundation. Man, I feel Jesus in this house. And so what happens is we pick things because somebody else told us that's what you need to have. That's the man for you. Uh-oh, I just tapped into something prophetically. That's the man for you. That's the one. That's who you need to be with. That's the ministry. That's who need to be covering you, because I got an opinion. But how can you have an opinion about what's good for my house on the inside when you on the outside? See, here's the thing. It can look good, but is it good for me? And so, Dr. D, let's talk about that. They don't complement your surroundings.
I want to talk about that since we're talking about plants. And I started imagining a big palm tree, and putting this big palm tree, although it looks amazing, you may have a love for being near the beach. You may have, this light towards this tree, but you're in a 900 square foot apartment. And so you bring this big old palm tree because this is what you like, and you think, oh, it makes, your place look fabulous because these are the things that you think attract people, because you think that, that this is what's going to cause that conversation piece. And you look crazy because you can't halfway get inside of your apartment because the palm tree is in the way.
Speak.
So I say that because that's what we do with people. We look for the biggest, the grandest things, and we connect ourselves with those people. And just because people are in a certain status, just because people are doing a certain thing, don't mean that they complement your destiny well. And you have to assess that. You have to assess whether what this person is offering and what they're doing in your life, is it synonymous with where God is taking you? I'll give you an example. Just this year, while I was working on the culture-focused teaching method, I was working on the book, I was working on the e-courses, I was working on a lot of stuff. And as you can imagine, I'm in connection with a lot of educators. Some of them are even my friends. And a young lady I've known for several years, 20 years probably or more, began to inquire about what I was doing. And I'll be very honest with you. At this point, I had already decided to assess my atmosphere and where I was going. And she inquired about what I was doing, and she had interest in doing it. Honestly, there was a hint of reservation for me. However, because of that relationship, I gave it a chance. Fast forward, God told me I had to disconnect. After finding out some things about the person's behavior, about the person's work ethic, this does not complement where you're going, and you cannot take her with you. I don't care how long you've known the person. I don't care what skills and talent she has. She cannot go through this door that I'm taking you. So you have to disconnect that. And so that's what we have to do. And it wasn't challenging, honestly, for me, because I'd already made up my mind that I was going to live, walk, and work in authenticity. And everything around me was going to be from an authentic place. And so it's important to make sure that your environment, everybody that you bring in, everything that you do, you can't even take every assignment, because every assignment does not even line up with what God has called you to do. Don't peel off layers of yourself just to be approved. Everything is not in alignment with what he's called you to do. I don't care how big the numbers are. I don't care how big the check is. You have to assess every environment, because again, you don't want to get to a place where you crash and burn and then you lose your identity because you haven't been living, or you forsook the opportunity to live and work and breathe in authenticity. So it's important to assess what's happening in your atmosphere. It's important to assess what you bring into your house. And I don't care what people tell you. Only God knows what's supposed to be in this house.
In the house, come on.
That created you. He's the one that deposited that thing inside of you. And he knows where it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to go, and who it's supposed to meet along the way. So it doesn't matter what whispers you're hearing from your own mind or whispers you're hearing from others. Be still and know that he is God, and he is the creator, author, and finisher of your faith, your finality, and everything. And he knows your story better than you do. So trust him in this moment. Trust him as you're learning and you're assessing your atmosphere. Trust God in this moment. He is the keeper of your soul, and everything inside of you is a part of that keeping. So trust him. Trust him as you learn to assess your environment.
Listen, man, this thing is good. I hope y'all are sharing, because I just, y'all done got us in the house and it is off the chain tonight. So we're talking about how do you discern the authentic from the artificial. And so number 4, if you've been keeping up with the 4th thing, and this is going to be a big one, D, we got to give it to them. But this one, how do you differentiate between somebody that's authentic and somebody that's artificial? Well, they don't handle you with care. Woo, listen, they don't handle you with care. Let me give an example again, right? I told y'all the top plant is authentic. This plant close to me is artificial. Now watch this. When I went to the store and bought my authentic plant, my real plant, listen, can I tell y'all, I had to be careful when I carried it. Woo, listen, I almost got out my chair and ran. Listen, when I went to pick up my real plant, my authentic plant, I had to be careful about how I carried it. Listen, y'all, I hear the wind. Y'all better catch this. I had to understand that if I moved too suddenly, y'all better hear this. I had to understand that if I was too rough, I could cause damage to its authenticity. I had to even understand that when I was getting ready to transport it out of the environment that it was in into an environment that I wanted it to be in, I had to be careful when I put it in the car. Man, y'all better hear this. I had to make sure that I put listen, this is going to be good. I had to make sure that I cushioned my plant, the real one, because in case there was a hit, in case I hit a pothole, in case I scrubbed against the sidewall, I needed to make sure that what I was carrying did not get damaged. I needed to be sure that the soil, man, this is good, that was on the inside didn't get thrown off because I got thrown off. Whoa, I got to pinpoint that. Wait a minute. Did you just hear what I said? I said that I was handling a real plant, and I had to make sure that while it was in my car, it didn't get thrown off because I got thrown off. Might I stop and take a prophetic pivot and give you a pinpoint right here for your destiny? Listen, somebody need to hashtag be easy, because folks got to be easy with you, because what'll happen is every time they get thrown off, you get thrown off. Man, who am I helping you? Every time they fall out with somebody, they want you to fall out with somebody. Every time they looking broke, busted, and disgusted, and you get a little income and you got a little something in your savings account, they side-eyeing me. Because why? If you are not dealing with something authentic, they won't handle you with care. Now watch this, man. I heard y'all better say speak Holy Ghost, because somebody is getting some revelation, because you got to be easy with me, because I don't want to get thrown off just because you got thrown off. I don't want some things to be disrupted in my life because you hit a road bump, because you hit a pothole. And so be easy. Now watch this. On the opposite end, this plant, as cute as it is, it's just as fake as it want to be. Man, listen, when I got that bad boy, I flipped it and threw it in that back seat, and it kept on. If it fell, oh well. See, this is the thing. Y'all know I speak in alliterations, and that's how somebody treating y'all. That's how some people y'all allowing them to treat. If it fell, oh well. Hey, you hurt my feelings. Oh well. Hey, you giving me too much to do, and I don't have the capacity to do it all. Oh well. Hey, it's not like you're not using me in this hour. It's some things that I can add value. Oh well. If it fails, oh well. You caused my faith to fall. Oh well. You caused my hope and my encouragement to fall. Oh well. And so what's happening is a lot of people are mishandling you, and you have not gotten an internal inventory of what's on the inside of you. But baby, can I tell you, when you're dealing with something that is authentic, when you're dealing with something that's past the superficial, there is some soil, there is some good ground, and people who are authentic are going to be careful with you, because they're going to want to make sure that they don't disturb the foundation. Who am I helping tonight? Man, Dr. D, we on fire tonight. What you got to add to that?
And well, a couple of things actually. And again, this is from all spectrums, whether it's career, ministry, family, friends, whatever you're involved in. One of the ways to tell that you're dealing with the artificial is a lack of honor. Woo! They do not honor you well. They don't honor your time well. They don't honor your decisions well. They don't honor what you desire. They're so focused on what they're building and not helping to cultivate what you want to do. That's a number one clue that you're not in an authentic relationship. You're not in an authentic support system because it's imbalanced. They only care about what works for them and they don't honor you well. And honor goes so many different directions. And so that's like one of the things to definitely be aware of. Here's another thing I thought about, Dr. E, as well, here that I jotted down. It says, when people, here's a clue that you're not in the right environment and you don't have the right support system. When people properly perceive you, they can get the greatest benefit from receiving from you, not the work, but from the essence of who you are. But when they project their own insecurities on you, they block the very thing that was sent to help them. And how do you know that? You keep running into clashes. Every time you're trying to help, every time you're trying to just be who God called you to be, every time you just try to sit in the position that he gave you or that he told you to sit in, there's a clash. And the reason why there's a clash is because there's a lack of honor. They don't truly see you, and they're allowing their own insecurities to really block what you've been called into their lives for. And guess what? They're projecting those insecurities on you and have you questioning yourself. And
come on, man,
you're being authentic and you're confused because, again, you have not properly assessed the environment. Because once you get wind of you, the fact that you're being devalued, then you begin to take a pivot. Then you begin to take another direction. So you got to assess whether you're being honored well or whether someone is projecting their own insecurities and issues on you, and they're not allowing you to grow because they're so focused on what they have to offer, and they're not even receiving what you've been sent into their lives for. They can't even see it.
Listen, when I tell you, y'all, I love these comments. I don't think there are any more mics. I don't have enough. We still got like two more to go before we bring this in. When I tell y'all, I hope y'all are sharing. This is going to bring value to your life. I feel so strongly that so many of you all are approaching a shifting in your purpose, a shifting that God is repositioning you. Some of you all are feeling you're in this place, and I'm speaking prophetically. Some of you all are wondering why you're in this place where things feel unstable and you think that you're in a place of instability. But listen, this is not a place of instability. This is a place, let me help y'all. God is breaking up some fallow ground.
Yes.
This is not tilling the ground. This is him saying you've allowed yourself to facilitate familiarity and you've cultivated complacency for so long that you don't know what growth looks like. And so every time I try to grow you, you thinking I'm trying to hurt you. You think I'm trying to hinder you. Every time I'm trying to stretch, listen, this is a mic drop. Every time I'm trying to stretch you, you think I'm trying to stress you. But y'all better hear me what I'm saying tonight. You believe that you're being stressed. God, this stress is coming on me. This stuff ain't working. This ain't looking like, can I tell you, it's because he's stretching you, man. I feel a win. And some of y'all need to repent right now. God, forgive me. Forgive me because I thought you were stressing me. I thought you were letting that man stress me. I thought you were letting that job stress me. Woo! I thought you were letting that money stress me. I thought you were letting this situation stress me. And he said, baby, I wasn't trying to stress you. I'm trying to stretch you. I'm telling you, you've outgrown the thing. Good God, I feel Jesus. I'm telling you, you've maxed out your capacity. I'm telling you, you passed that. I'm telling you, I've upgraded you. No man had put his hand to the plow and looking back. I'm telling you, I poured new wine in you and you still trying to stuff it into old wineskins. And if I don't let something happen, you gonna break, it's gonna break, and everything that I have been putting inside of you is going to spill out. And so God, forgive me for the times when I thought you were stressing me and you were really stretching me. Forgive me for the times when I thought you was exposing me, but you was expanding me. Man, who am I helping tonight? Yeah, he exposed some people. Why did you let them lie on me, Jesus? Why did you let them backbite me, Jesus? Why did you let them turn on me? Why did you not let this fall through? I thought I was supposed to get that raise. I thought, how did I end up getting fired? How did I end up getting betrayed? Well, because I was trying to expose you to expand you. I needed to expose you to them so they could expose themselves to you. Man, listen, I almost ran. Can I tell you something? Some of the reason why haters are coming up in your life, who am I helping? Some of the reason why drama is appearing is because the eyes of their understanding has become enlightened and they see you for who you really are. They notice because you started operating and getting positioned in your purpose, who you really are. And guess what started happening? Your authenticity started exposing the artificial. And so what we did was when I started expanding you, I started exposing you. I started exposing your real gift. I started exposing your real call. I started exposing your real anointing. Woo! I started exposing your real favor. I started exposing your real wealth. And guess what? The artificial showed up. And so God, for every time that I said that I'm so angry and that I'm so disappointed, I lift my hands and say, thank you, God. Thank you for exposing the hands of the enemy. Thank you for releasing me when I was keeping me when I didn't want to get kept. Thank you for releasing me and helping me walk away when I wanted to stay. Thank you for making that man act a fool. Thank you for making that girl cuss me out. Thank you for making that job let me go. Thank you for letting those people backstab me because you exposed me to expand me. Am I helping anybody in this house tonight? Man, I feel like running.
Woo! That's so good. That is
so anyway, that was a divine download. That was Jesus, and that was for somebody. I don't know who that just helped, but somebody just got set free in this house. He wasn't trying to hurt you. He's trying to heal you. Woo! Listen, I'm trying to tell you the hand of God is moving, and what the enemy will do is he'll get us caught up in the familiar, and we won't understand what God is doing. But listen, be not deceived. God is not mocked. That's my favorite scripture. Galatians 6:7 says, whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And sometimes what has happened is you've been discouraged. I feel Jesus, because you planted so many good seeds in the ground and you're looking and you're saying, God, nothing is yielding for me. It's because you're in the wrong environment. It's because you got some weeds that's choking out the things that God is trying to plant and allow to birth. And so what he's doing is he's weeding some things out. What he's doing is he's exposing some things because he wants you to grow. Man, I hope I'm helping y'all tonight.
And somebody out there, I hear this as you were speaking. God says, I'm not mad with you, and I need you to stop being mad with yourself. He says, please be delivered from being angry with yourself.
Jesus.
I was not exposing you to put you out there. As she said, I was exposing you to expand you so you can check your ground. Stop being mad with yourself. Release it tonight. Release it. Release it and be set free. God says, I'm not angry with you, and stop being angry with yourself and release the anger towards them.
In Jesus'
release
name.
The anger towards them. God says, I'm not upset at all. I don't know who that's for.
Man, y'all better receive that in Jesus' name. Listen, man, we got two more and we about to let y'all go, but I feel the power in this house. Listen, number 5. How do you recognize and discern the artificial from the authentic? They don't create a space for you. Listen to this. Listen to this. We got 2 more. We letting y'all out of here. They don't create a place for you. One of my favorite songs, and I've been talking about this song a lot lately, is Jonathan McReynolds' song, Make Room. And what he's saying, he says, I find space for what I treasure, right? He says, I make time for what I want. So here's what happens is he's saying the chorus of the song says, somebody said that was for them, Dr. D. Somebody says that I choose my priority. And so it's a deliberate decision. Man, listen at what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a deliberate decision. And so what happens is if a person can never fit you into their schedule, if they can never fit you into their agenda and their lifestyle, can I tell you that's not a relationship, that's a casual acquaintance. Yes. Y'all better hear me. Some things I had to move over in order for God to accommodate the newness that he was doing. I had to move some things over. And can I tell you, listen, and I just need to tell y'all, stop trying to make room when and it's their job job to create a space. Man, listen, I need y'all to hear this because that was a mic drop. You trying to get them to make room, but their job is to create a space. Can y'all make room for me? Can y'all got room for one more? No, you create a space for me. You want me there? Ain't no making room, because if you got to make room, that means you didn't anticipate my arrival. Good God,
good.
Listen, y'all sitting there saying, I need y'all to make room for me. Can y'all scoot over and make? No, because if I'm making room for you, listen, there's a difference between if we were somewhere at the movies and I knew D was going. Guess what? I've already saved a seat for her. Y'all better hear Jesus. I've already reserved this place. I've already said there is somebody important that's going to be in this seat. So let me put my pocketbook right here, because nobody can. I've created a space for her. However, if she was not authentic, if she was not in my life, if I was not real with her, if this was fake, guess what? Oh, well, she'll get here when she get here. And you know what she got to say when she get there? Can y'all scoot over and can y'all make some room for me? Because let me tell you what, there's a difference. So you need to do internal inventory, and you better ask yourself, am I making room? Or are they making room for me, or did they create a space for me? Oh, I didn't have time to call you. Oh, child, I wouldn't even think about you. I was just so busy. And there you go, trying to get somebody to make room when they didn't create a space. No, when I brought these plants home, it was my responsibility to move some things out of the way. I said I wanted them in my space. Man, this is going to help somebody. I'm the one that brought them in. Some of y'all allowing people to put you in their life, put you in their relationship, put you in their business, but they won't even make a space for you. They won't even create a space for you. You got to find your way in. You got to find time to connect. They got to find time. Oh, the devil is a lie. Authentic relationships, y'all better hear this, create space. They don't make room. You hear me? Because making room is an adjustment. If D comes over to my house and I say, child, let's make some room. Stay downstairs for a minute so we can kind of make some room. That means I didn't anticipate her arrival. That means there was no level of expectation and honor to know, wait a minute, my friend is coming. We got to make some room. I need to create a space. Ain't nobody making room. Make room mean you go sleep on the couch. No, I'm creating a space. This is your room. When you come here, this belongs to you. And so a lot of the times, we got people taking up space and they won't make room. Y'all better hear this message tonight. What you got on that, Dr. D?
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, because I love God's word, and it just brings so much illumination to our lives. And I thought about the woman who made the room for Elisha. And
that's good.
She anticipated.
Yes.
First she recognized who he was.
That's good.
God. And she anticipated his ability or wanting or needing a place to stay.
Yes.
So she created space for him by designing that particular area for him. When you are in covenant relationships, God will give you a sign, and he will tell you, you need to begin to create space for this individual, and vice versa. If you are the person that's being sent into an individual life, that space will already be created for you. Here's a caveat. Many of us have been hurt because we've been dealing with people who've not been sure of themselves. And they said to themselves, I prayed for a person like you, but when it came, they were so insecure with who they were not able to put you in the space that they said that they created, or they didn't take the time to create the space because they didn't believe God. Neither of which are your fault. But that's when you have to do an assessment of your environment. You can no longer be tugged back and forth. I'm not telling you something that just comes to the top of my head. I'm telling you something that I experienced. I've been told, oh, God sent you to my life, but never created the space. I've been told, oh, you are my answered prayer, but never created the space. And I gave only so much time because I understood the value that I brought to the table, and I decided no more for this. I'm not going to be tossed to and fro. I'm not going to be begging you to make room for a place that God, one, sent me, because it's the only reason why I'm here, and two, you said that I'm the answer that he sent, but yet you lacked the responsibility to create space.
Jesus.
Assess your environments. And if you're in situations like that, go ahead and do yourselves a favor and let that person know, I love you, but I'm shifting.
But I'm shifting.
You don't have time to wait. God has an assignment. And guess what? If they don't honor who you are, then they're not going to receive what he sent you for.
Jesus. Whoa, D. If they can't honor who you are, then they won't respect what he sent you there for. Man, y'all better catch
what he
that.
sent you there for. They won't receive it. They won't be able to receive it. You're the answer, but they reject it. Come on, Christ. Come on. We are living epistles. We reflect the same thing that's in the scripture. We have a roadmap. The very same thing that Israel begged for. In every case, they rejected it. So don't be alarmed. Don't be thrown off when you're in situations and you knew God sent you there. They knew God sent you there, but they were disobedient. Guess what? He will pivot you.
He will pivot
you. Don't
you.
have to worry about that.
Y'all, listen. This has been phenomenal. We got one more mic we gonna drop. I hope if this has been before, listen, this is the biggest mic of all, because this one's gonna take y'all to the next level. But before I give y'all that mic, I gotta get this to y'all. So listen, if y'all have been enjoying tonight, if you guys have tuned in, some of you all for the first time, there are two things I want to put out there for you guys. One, I want to say, because I'm calling this Where Is My Support, right? So I want you guys to see that I have opened up, because I am a person who supports an Empower Mentee initiative. This is a mentorship membership. And a lot of people, we don't have a community of cultivating. And one of the things about this mentorship is I'm going to be teaching live in this mentorship. We're going to be activating community in this mentorship. It is specifically for personal and spiritual development. If you have gifts in the prophetic, we're going to be cultivating it. If you're having issues with forgiveness, if you're having issues with anger, if you're having issues with people emotionally bullying you, if you've lost your voice, if you've lost your sound, how to speak up for yourself. Listen, we're going to be dealing with that in this mentorship. I want y'all all to go to purposepositioning.com. I'll put the link in the comments, or I think somebody will put the link in the comments for me, but it's www.purposepositioning.com. And I want y'all to sign up for this mentorship, because if y'all thought I gave it to y'all real raw and relevant tonight, this is a community where we can come in and we can grow and we can share our experiences and we can grow spiritually and we can grow personally and we can grow together. And I believe it's going to bless you. The next thing I want to make sure, especially educators, I want you guys to know that my friend Dr. D has this amazing, and she's going to talk at the end a little bit more about it, this book on Amazon, Culture Focused Teaching, the simple system to escape classroom management disaster and fall in love with teaching again. I know a lot of educators have said that you're watching tonight. A lot of you all, your family, your parents are educators, your sisters are educators. Listen, y'all get the word out. It is on Amazon, or you can visit our website, culturefocusedteaching.com. I need you. This is a breakthrough method for classroom management. And here's a lot of the time we got to think about it. You know what kind of people you want in the classroom? You want people that got revelation from God. You don't want people, listen, there you can have all the education in the world. You can have the education, you can even have the experience. But let me tell you something. There's something about that expertise. There's something about God refining you a certain kind of way, that before I handle your children, you want to make sure that people are connected with somebody that is God-like and Christ-like, that has a revelation from on high. So I want to make sure that you guys, educators, you go to visit Amazon and look for Culture Focused Teaching. Go to culturefocusedteaching.com. I want you all that are looking for a community to be cultivated, I want y'all to hit my new platform. It's on my new Purpose Positioning Institute. It's a whole lot of things on there, y'all. So make sure y'all visit. But I want to make sure that you guys are there and that you guys get connected, because when I tell y'all we got something for y'all, y'all don't want to miss it. So now, thank you guys for putting it in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go visit Purpose Positioning, and make sure y'all go visit and get Dr. D's book. So this last point, and it's the biggest one of all, this last mic that we are dropping, somebody screenshot it. Thank you so much. I love it, because you don't want to miss this word. I'll put it up again at the end so you guys will be able to see it. The last way to be able to tell, to beware the artificial and to tell who's authentic, the last way to recognize them is if they don't give you what you need. Listen, they don't give you what you need. So watch this. Now, this is going to blow y'all mind. My plants, the real ones, right, don't have the ability to ask for anything. Listen at this. But when I brought them into my home, it was my responsibility to provide. Y'all need to hear this revelation tonight. 3 things I recognize that my authentic plant had to have in order to be able to survive, in order to be able to thrive. 3 things. My authentic. Now, this is just for the real folks that's in my life. This is just if somebody is authentic about you. 3 things they gonna give you, just like I had to give my plant. Listen, flesh and blood didn't give me this. Number 1, I gotta give my plant sun. Every now and again, my plant needs some sunlight, some natural sunlight. What am I saying? Sometimes if people are real for you, they will encourage you. They'll let you shine. They'll shift. They'll put your post on their page. They'll shout you out in the comments. They'll come to your event. Y'all better hear me tonight. I'm trying to get y'all to recognize the authentic from the artificial. When is it going to be your turn to shine? How are you supporting? One thing about it, people that are connected to me know I push them. I'll put them on my platform. I'll promote them. I will protect them. I will help them produce whatever it is, their purpose on the inside of them. But folks that are fake, they're not going to help you shine. Let me tell you this, and I don't know why I need to pivot right here. I did a course. I did this segment, and it's a course on my platform, Purpose Positioning as well, about it's a jungle out there. And I was talking, because this is, we're dealing with where's my support. I was talking about eagles and vultures and how we got eagles in our life that help us fly, but we got vultures in our life that keep us grounded, that we can't even go anywhere. And I said, as I did my research, I saw something. Did you know that vultures do not have what it takes vocally to be able to sing, to be able to have song? Man, this is about to shift somebody right here. So here's what my research said. Vultures can only do a couple of things. They can grunt, they can crackle, they can snort, they can make all of these awful grunting sounds, but they cannot sing. Might I suggest to you that you're looking for support from people who don't know how to sing? Woo! Listen, you're looking for support from people who don't know how to sing. They don't know how to sing your praises. They don't know how to compliment you. They don't know how to say good job. They don't know how to say you did that well. Because can I tell you, vultures can't sing. The only thing vultures can do is cackle. The only thing vultures can do is grunt. Can I tell you, if you want to recognize the real from the fake, every time you do something, they got a complaint. Every time you doing something, they want to know what you think you're doing. Every time you do something, they coming in and they raining and throwing salt on your parade. Every time it's some sun shining in your life, here they come, they blocking the sun. Can I tell you, vultures can't sing? And so you're looking for a song from somebody who doesn't have the capacity to sing. And so 3 things that authentic people, man, am I blessing anybody tonight, have to have in their life. You have to understand that if people are authentic, they will give you what you need. So the first thing that my plant needed was some sun, a time to shine. The second thing that my plant needs is water. When my plant goes dry, because as such as the earth shall remain. Listen, in the process of time, in seed time and harvest, there are droughts that happen in our life. But are you a person that is able to be watered or to water? If you with people and you dehydrated and nobody connected to you knows when it's time to give you a IV, nobody knows when it's time to pour a little water and say, you know what, you've been pouring out, you've been giving so much, I want to make sure I water you. I want to make sure I give you and I pour back into you. And lastly, I have to make sure that my plants get food. That means there are some things, some resources, there are some other things that they need. Can I tell you, you can't be walking around talking about millionaire status with broke friends. You can't be walking around talking about next level and you filled with people that's gotten poor faith, and then you filled with people that's still operating in a poverty mentality. I'm trying to help y'all take it to the next level. As we do an atmosphere assessment, we look around and we say, are the people around me, are they giving me sun? Do they ever let me shine? Are they giving me water and hydrating me when I feel dehydrated? And are they giving me food? Do they have resources when my well runs dry? Man. Help us, Dr. D.
Man, I'm just taking all of this in because when if you are experiencing that and you're watching, it's a dead giveaway that you need to assess the environment and go ahead and make a quick exit. I'm not a believer in having to stir around, having to walk around and sneak around the bush with it. That right there was a mic drop. If they're not giving you what you need, this is not the environment for you to grow. One of the things that you'll lack is they'll never have time to invest in you. They'll never have time to invest in you. Whenever you are promoting a project, whenever you are promoting change in your life, whenever you're upgrading, they never have time to invest thoughts, ideas, prayers, an encouraging word. They never have time. And again, I like the word that she used when she talked about the vulture. These are people who lack the capacity to do this for you. So you again have to assess the environment and then be led to the individuals who are able to provide you with the sunshine, with the water, and with the food, because those are going to be the destiny travelers that will go with you. Those are the people who will hold you up when you get tired. Because it doesn't matter how great a person becomes. We are in a fallible shell called a human body. And there are times where we will get tired. There are times where we will get low. And you have to have individuals who have the capacity to be able to feed you appropriately. When you are traveling a certain way in this kingdom walk, you have a certain diet. So you have to have someone who's inside your life who understands your diet. Most people know me. I don't eat meat that often. So when you're traveling with me, you're going to have to make sure that there are some options, vegetarian options for me. Don't force feed me to eat meat when you know that's not a part of my diet. See, that's not a person that's connected to your destiny. That's a culture that's trying to bring you low, because that meat is not going to give me the energy that I need for my body to travel because of the capacity in which I've been trained for this walk. So you need people in your life who are able to identify the specific needs that you need. Those are the people, and they will invest the time to investigate what you need. They will ask questions. They won't just assume. They won't just make a room for you, but they will take time to invest. They will invest in your mental health. They will invest in your well-being. They will invest in your needs, not only for your journey in God, but also your everyday needs. Real destiny partners want to see you succeed in public and in private. They're going to be the ones to pray and cover your children. They're going to be the ones to pray and cover your marriages. They're going to be the ones who pray and cover your ministry. You want those type of people that can sing and that can make a joyful noise unto the Lord. And last time I checked, the scriptures say a joyful noise, and a clock and a moan is not a joyful noise. You want to make sure that you are with people who can sing. They can sing your praises. They don't mind if you shine. They can give you nourishment when you're dry, and they can give you the appropriate nourishment for your diet through the food that they give. This is what you want. This is how you identify the artificial from the fake. And guess what? Relationships are reciprocal. You're supposed to be able to do the same for that person that they're doing for you. That artificial plant in her office will not be able to give her the attention, the oxygen, and everything that a real plant actually needs. But that real plant that she nourishes, that she pours into, that's what's going to give back to her. As she's inhaling and exhaling, that plant is taking that and it's using it for its own benefit to produce back for her. And do. That's what destiny relationships do. That's what a real support system does. It is one for each other. If it is not a reciprocal relationship and they're not willing to invest in you, that is not the support system that you need to walk in your life.
Dr. D, that is so powerful. I'm going to put it like this. This is going to be my last mic drop for tonight. You can't take the benefits without providing the nutrients.
That's so good.
Can I just say it? You can't take the benefits without providing the nutrients. My plant up there, I told y'all that it provides benefits to me. But guess what? It's some nutrients that it needs. So I don't get to just take the benefits without providing the nutrients. I don't get to just, you can't just, listen, let me tell you, some of y'all, I hate to say this, but some of y'all need to get a little bougie in your behavior. See, some of y'all acting like, as my friend Dr. Tracy call it, low-lying fruit. Some of y'all letting things be too accessible. Sometimes y'all letting yourself be too open. You letting too many people. No, I need to get a little bit bougie about my atmosphere. I need to be a little bit bougie about my level of access. access. You're giving people access without instruction. I don't know who that was for. And so some of y'all, we got to level up our language. We got to level up what we do. We got to level up in certain areas of our life, because what happens is there is no reciprocity. You giving it all and then they ain't got nothing to give. Oh, I'm good. You paid. Didn't I pay for your food last week? Did you borrow $20 last month? You ain't gave me that back and you still on hard times? No, I need to shift you. You might need to go down to level 2, because I got you up here right at the top level. You up here in the penthouse, and you probably need to be up on, let me let you get entry level, because you don't get access to everything. And so we have to be understanding that as we're dealing with our atmosphere, as we're dealing with the people and the cultivation needed for our purpose, we must have an awareness. We must be able to take internal inventory and do an internal investigation to find out what's going on in here, because it's reflected on what's going on out there. I need to say that one more time for the people in the back. You've got to investigate what's going on in here, because it manifests in what's going on out there. Everything that's around you, the type of people that are surrounding you, the type of people that you attract, the type of people that you get close to, you'll automatically start saying, whoa, how did that happen? It's so funny that this is what I'm attracting. I told y'all last week, you articulate what you attract. And you attract what you articulate. However you're speaking, whatever you're putting in the atmosphere, you attract what you articulate. If you low on faith and that's all you talking about, if you always complaining about haters, if you always talking about what you're gonna do and you hadn't put any feet to it, guess what? You attract what you articulate. And so the last thing is level up your language. That's the last thing I got for y'all. After you realize you attract what you articulate, level up your language. And so listen, thank y'all so much that have connected. I know we went a little over tonight because this thing got good tonight. I'm so appreciative. I hope you all enjoyed my special guest, my personal, not just Facebook friend, Dr. D. Bell Williams. One more time, I want to make sure that if you are an educator or if you know an educator, she has a breakthrough method for classroom management. Literally, one of the things that I know is that I've watched on the news. We've seen so many things that have happened to our children because there was not a classroom culture conducive to them. And so a lot of times they were at a disadvantage because the people that are handling, listen, even if you are not a teacher but you got children in school or you got nieces or nephews and you're saying, wait a minute, I know some educators, they need to hear from heaven. Y'all better hear me. And what I can say is I can validate this woman of God because she hears from heaven. She's using years of education, years of experience, and years of expertise. And God has dropped in a method that is going to help create a culture where our children can be healed and where our children can be whole and where our children can get the community and the atmosphere, making a cultural awareness. Y'all better hear me because a lot of things are misappropriated because there is not a cultural awareness. And so I'm so grateful for the gift that is being cultivated on the inside of her as she's walking this out. So make sure you guys visit Amazon. Make sure you go to culturefocusteaching.com, get her book. Again, I want you guys, if you're interested in community, and I'm talking about cultivating a community, for those of you guys that screenshot it, here it is one more time. This is a mentorship membership. You can stay in it for as long as you would like. We're going to be bringing in special guests. Dr. D probably going to be in there teaching. I have a whole, listen, when I tell y'all I got the next level friends, I'm connected to folks that's going to help y'all shift in y'all finances. That's going to help y'all shift in y'all faith. That's going to help y'all shift prophetically. You're going to want to be, and I said it like I said it, in this mentorship membership because it is going to be amazing. So make sure, because the deadline, I think we're going to close it out by the end of this month. So y'all need to make sure. And if you act now, I believe there's a 15% discount. If you put in the word purpose, it should be showing up on the screen when you get to the website. But if you go over now, y'all join this community because it is going to be off the chain. Everything attached to me wins. And so thank you again, Dr. D, for coming on. I have one more segment in this series about where's my support. So make sure that all of you guys join me next Monday night, same time, same place for Mic Drop Monday. If you thought this was off the chain, we're taking it to the next level. May the blessing of the Lord bless and keep you all. Dr. D, was anything that you wanted to say before we get out of here?
Just want to thank everyone for watching. And of course, thank you, Dr. E, for having me on this platform. It is my pleasure. As you all have, she shared with you all before, this is not a Facebook friendship only. This is actually a real deal friendship. And what I love about Dr. E is that she not only teaches you guys, but she actually demonstrates it. And tonight is a demonstration of authentic support. And so thank you so much for sharing about culture-focused teaching. I would love to hear from you all. You can definitely check me out there at culturefocusedteaching.com. I'm also on Instagram at Dr. D Unlimited or Culture Focused Teaching. Have 2 Instagrams, as well as for those of you all who may be on LinkedIn as well, and D Bell Williams. And you can find me on Facebook, Dr. D Unlimited and D Bell Williams. You can see the name attached with Dr. E's on her Facebook page. But thank you all so much again. You have been amazing. I see the comments. God bless you all. There were lots of people who shared some amazing blessings towards us, and I received them. Thank you so very much. And thank you for allowing me to speak to you on tonight. Thank you again, Dr. E.
Listen, all right, y'all. Same time next week, same place. Y'all make sure y'all stay connected. I am so excited for you guys. I love y'all. May the Lord bless. May he keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you. And may he give you peace. We'll see y'all next time.